Structure will save your life. Structure has allowed me to grow my business, keep myself healthy, keep giving love to my family, and it's all because I'm really intentional and meticulous about where do I place my attention and how do I structure my life. So this is Angel Martin Cordova. I'm part of AstroZen, a company that grows coaching businesses to the next level. What is structure? Let's start with some definitions. Structure for me is the ability for organization in the inside and in the outside. When you build a house, you'll first put the pillars in place. When you start building any Legos, you first put the base and then you start piling things up. If you don't have a base, everything else will be shaky, baby. And we don't want any shaky, baby. We want structure. We want a solid foundation that's going to allow us to be creative, that's going to allow us to do marvelous things. And this can apply to any type of career, any type of project, any type of idea or goal that you have in your life. If you're able to structure and give yourself enough space and capacity to do things, you can achieve everything that you want. That is my own personal belief. So let's get started. How do you create structure? The first and the most important thing is to create inner structure in your mind. So from here, everything else comes into fruition. You have to understand what are the three most important things for you right now. The moment you organize that, it can be health, it can be your job or your career, it can be your relationships. You can pick the three. One of them is going to be more powerful and more important for this exercise. So let's say you focus on your job, okay? So your job, your career, you want to grow your career. What's necessary for that to happen? And then you're going to organize 3 ideas. And it's always good to have 3 to 5 ideas max, because if you have too much options and too much ideas, you're going to become paralyzed. So it's better to just focus on 3 main things and then evolve into 3 other main things so you can have a better sequence of structure. And imagine you're doing math. Imagine you're trying to build something. It's better and it's easier for you to add up little by little than try to do really complex calculations and what happens if this happens and if the moon aligns and if the spirit falls into grace. So the less variables you have right now for your goal, the better. Then you can make it more complex, but find something that works and then start adding things on top. So going back to the exercise, right now is you want to grow your business. Okay, you want to grow your career. What is one thing that you can do to increase more income? Because that's part of the business. Okay, you can work more, make better work, or you can find a different vocation or career. Then after you have those 3, what are the ones that you're going to choose? And you see how the sequence starts organizing. And this is really important. You have to write it down outside of your mind. You can draw it, you can write it down, you can put it on a spreadsheet, anything that works for you, as long as it's outside of your head, because many people get anxiety or get depression because they keep their thoughts inside of their mind and they cannot articulate what they're going through and what they're feeling. So they feel this sense of an inability to act upon things because they're not clear. So the moment you write something down, you'll make it much more clear and much more open for you to analyze from the outside without putting emotion, without putting judgment into the things that you're trying to do. So organizing that way. And as you can see, there's this pattern of trying to simplify things to the bare essentials. And you can use the Pareto principle. There's just a couple of things in your life that make everything work. The time that you wake up, the time that you go to bed, the food that you eat, and how you move. Those are maybe one of the most important things, because how can you organize? How can you be conscious? How can you be aware and with energy if you're not thinking correctly? And many causes of why people are not thinking correctly is because of the bare essentials: food, movement, and sleep. You have an amazing technology called your body. And if you take care of it through food, through movement, and through rest, that can really propel you forward. And there's other things like the emotional aspect, the mental aspect, and all those elements. But if you have the base, then you can start optimizing. Don't even think about trying to build a business, successful business, if you're lacking sleep or if you're not working correctly. Yes, you can try to do it, but would you rather do more complex things or try to have everything covered and then start growing and then start moving forward? Many coaches will overextend themselves and try to make everything at once and try to do it all themselves without asking for help. And yeah, maybe sometimes your investment might cost you money, but energy is more powerful than money. Your life is more important than money. Your health is more important than money. Money is just a vehicle. It's just a currency that allows you to do things faster and more efficient. So if you have to pay for a service, for a marketing service, for a coaching service, for your food, it's so that you don't have to take the time to plow the land and build your fruits and harvest everything so you can then eat. So it's a lot of effort, and the world is perfect in the way that it all works towards your benefit. The world wants to organize itself so it can serve you. And the moment you recognize that, everything starts to open, because you see, that person can help me with this person can help me with this person can help me with that, and I can focus on what's the most important thing. But as long as you have it planned out, structured out, then it can work. Because if you try to get everything on your own right away, it's not going to happen. So take your time to really plan it out. Once it's outside of your head, then you can organize and prioritize. You cannot do everything at once. Try to always do the most important things first. What are the things that are going to get you the objective? So, for example, if you want to make more money, would you rather make a website, or would you try do selling? Selling is more important than doing the website. And I can see it for myself, but I've been selling more of my services without having the best website ever. Why? Because I focus on the important things that actually move the needle. Yes, website, if your goal is working on a website and selling websites, yes, doing a website is better. However, if you focus on the thing that's most important, you'll likely prioritize better and you'll get better experience and better results. The next step is, okay, organize the things. And after you organize what's the most important thing, then you schedule other things in your life. So you can do a to-do list. You can do a calendar, whatever works for you, but there has to be things done and created in your life. Flowing through life and just improvising is not professional. And you are a professional. You're a creative. You're a conscious spiritual people that wants to grow and heal the world. You have to be structured and organized. And in that structure and organization, you can have flow. You can have joy. You can have dance. You can have everything that you want, as long as it's inside of a structure, as long as it partakes precedence and importance in your life. Yes, you can have moments of joy. You can dance in the middle of the day. You can sleep in the middle of the day, as long as it's structured and it's put into place and has its own moment in time. Because if you let it go, time occupies itself. Time, what I've seen is this energy, and it's a monster that really can grab everything and take it away, because it never stops. So time can be a faithful servant, or it can be a terrible master. It's like money, or it's like technology, or it's like anything that supports you really, really powerfully. So be impeccable with your time. Always try to be on time in everything, because the moment you recognize that you're not being on time, it's because you're not being intentional. You're not being structured. So if you have big dreams and if you have big goals, you have to structure your life. That's the end of it. You have to figure out ways where you can have joy, where you can have love, where you can have relationships. But everything has to go into place, and it's designing your life. Millionaires don't become millionaires by accident. You can win the lottery, but if you don't have the structures in place, you will lose all the money. So, my parting gift to you: in structure, there's creativity. Through you being proactive through the limits of life, you can create the life of your dreams, and you can really achieve anything that you want, as long as it's inside your time, as long as you are the one that's choosing. So organize yourself. And when it comes to leadership, you're going to organize the time of others. And yes, some people are lazy and don't want their lives to be organized, but you can come in and support. And that's why you're a leader. That's why you're here. Subscribe for more. If you want to grow your coaching business with us, click the link below. Till next time, I love you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. Let it all be bliss.